was a comedian like that.
No, yeah,
Ari something.
yeah.
He has a Jewish last name.
Yeah, no, he's coming. But
But
Chris, in this day and age, it's hard to tell because a lot of it could be just the shock value. You know,
no, definitely. But it doesn't matter. You think I was even contemplating uh, because I never liked Kobe as his
me
arrogance.
too, me too. But you know what I listen?
So I even think that's inappropriate.
No. I share your sentiment. I think it's everybody from New York because we were with the Knicks and
Same thing with Jordan.
with Jordan.
Yeah.
But I don't know with Kobe. I didn't. During mid career, I started to appreciate him because I saw him mature. What he was maturing into was phenomenal. It was like excellence,
Yeah.
and even post career, he was like moving the game forward. He was helping young players. So I loved what he was growing into. However, in terms of the comedian, Kobe wasn't perfect. He had that situation that happened.
That's why he talked
He wasn't,
about
but I thought he was really turning his life around, becoming a really good husband, a good father to his 4 daughters. So, but that's tough.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up, and I don't even know if we should. I don't know. I have mixed feelings to put because I don't want to put nothing negative up. But
Now's not the time. I think it's too soon.
Yeah, but I found it disgusting, and I have an open mind when I always think about. Listen, if it's funny, it's funny. I don't care the situation,
Yeah.
but that wasn't funny. That was you. You actually said, "I'm happy that this," and I'm like,
You know what?
motherfucker, really?
Yeah, let's not give that guy.
Exactly.
But as you guys probably know already, Kobe Bryant, lost his life. Kobe and what was it nine other passengers?
Total 9 people.
9 people lost their lives in a helicopter
Along with his
accident.
daughter.
Yeah.
That's what got me.
Gianna, right?
Gigi.
Yeah.
Gigi.
Yeah, so I mean, anybody that can empathize with what the Bryant family's going through is just tremendous. Me as a father, I love my daughter, and the reason why it resonated with me is because I take my daughter on sporting events all the time, basketball games, softball, what have you, and I can't imagine us losing our lives on something so routine that you do so often. You kind of take it for granted, but. This just reminds you that life is not guaranteed. Tell the ones close to you or the ones that you're probably in a dispute with that you love them and you appreciate them because anybody that thinks that tomorrow is guaranteed, you're for a rude awakening.
Sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken.
And with that being said, me and Chris, we're going to stay on this topic of Kobe Bryant, and I'm going to apologize up front because it's a sad topic. And me and Chris, this is going to be our first time trying to navigate these waters because at the end of the day, what me and Chris try to do is we try to bring you entertainment. So we're going to try to touch on it, but we're also going to try to entertain you, and it's a balancing act. And with that being said, Bad Bunny made a song where he dedicated to Kobe Bryant, his career, his life. I wasn't aware Kobe was so big in terms of. What is it? Was it the Empire State Building? They were painted it purple and gold in tribute to Kobe.
Oh, the lights.
The lights.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's how big the guy is in terms.
No.
He touched so many people.
Yeah.
He was such a phenomenal. Some people kind of say that it's probably the biggest sports loss we ever had. Like I could think of Roberto Clemente.
That's
the same thing they kind of compared it to.
That's what they're comparing it to. But remember.
But I think Kobe was bigger though.
No, the thing is also. I love Roberto Clemente and
you remember that? You remember
I
that?
know.
Because it happened, yeah.
That's what makes it different. Like they compared it to Clemente, but I wasn't. Clemente didn't hit me like this hit me. Like because
you didn't believe it. I sent you the text. Like, yo,
no,
check out the news. And you're like, no, get out of here.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for that was fake news. You know how all the
exactly.
times. But yeah, I was like, and it still didn't hit me until yesterday. I said, damn, man, that's just. It's so sad.
Sad. I'm telling you, what got me was the thing with his daughter and the other daughters because there was a couple of teammates of hers.
Yeah.
And I tried yesterday. I tried to stay off social media because when it happened, of course everybody's posting, giving him the respect and the tribute. But it was I felt so hurt by the situation because of the daughter thing. Like you just said, you take it. God bless you and God bless Gabby, and protect you. But you know, and you see the. I'm going down my feed and you see the pictures of the halos and then looking up in the sky, stuff like that. Then you start thinking, what was that? Those last moments as a father, you're gonna try to. You know what's gonna happen. You have to comfort.
Yeah, I try to put myself in that situation.
That's
I can imagine you trying to comfort her, but at the same time, it's happening so fast. Who knows if these people were flying about? Maybe who knows who was strapped in? Because remember, they did this a lot. They would take those helicopters and ride a lot because just to beat the traffic, so they get to places quicker. But you touched on something which Bad Bunny really did a good job about. He talks about on one of the lyrics. He says that your daughter left with you so you could have somebody to play ball with. Bunny went in, man. Yeah. So let me get to it. This is Bad Bunny, and it's called the tribute Kobe Bryant. 6 Rings. I'm sorry, 6 Rings.
A veces me pregunto si hago bien en respetar los mandamientos y dónde estará Dios metido en estos momentos. Sé que la vida es corta como cuento y en un abrir y cerrar se la lleva el viento. Aún recuerdo el primer juego tuyo que presencié. Mil emociones, muchas veces me pusiste de pie. Me enseñaste que todo en la vida se hace con pasión y que para ganar hay que tener corazón. Nos enseñaste que el número 13 no es de mala suerte y que los fracasos pueden hacernos más fuertes. Digan lo que quieran, para mí será el mejor. Ay, descansa en paz con el Señor. Y felicidades, tú también ganaste 6 sortijas. Siempre le envié un matrimonio que te dio tus hijas. Pensando que una se fue contigo, me descontrolo. Pero nada, él sepa que en el cielo no juegue solo. Más de 81 razones para admirarte. Más de 5 jugadores al mismo tiempo para pararte. Nos parecíamos en que hacíamos arte. Blackman va forever, por siempre vamos a recordarte, yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? My
Right on cue.
I had it too.
Yeah, this guy.
Yo,
ladies, you saw that he had 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
I had it, and it just,
like every week he had.
No, I had it, and it just. Oh, here we go. I had it, and no, I had it. I clicked it, and this doesn't matter.
C2 on the beat. Howdy.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Pre-Shooters. I'm your boy Lou, and this is my good friend Chris. Yo! We're the show that brings you news, poker, sports, and everything in between.
We love the tweeters.
You gotta forgive us. We're a little down, If you haven't heard, legendary basketball player, or soon-to-be Hall of Fame basketball player, Kobe Bryant, passed away, lost his life. I'm going to read you the story from the New York Post. It says, legendary NBA player Kobe Bryant has died in a California helicopter crash on Sunday. He was 41 years old. The retired Los Angeles Lakers star was traveling in his private helicopter over Calabasas when a fire broke out, sending the chopper spiraling from the sky. The crash occurred around 10 a.m. local time amid foggy conditions in the hills overlooking Calabasas. The S-76 chopper sparking a brush fire on impact hampered initial rescue efforts. And authorities later revealed that the 9 people are believed to have died in the crash. It was confirmed after that they did perish. There were no survivors, and the cause of the crash is under investigation. Kobe survived by his wife and 3 daughters. Kobe's 13-year-old daughter Gianna was also lost in the helicopter crash. Bryant, a Philadelphia native, starred for 2 decades with the Lakers, winning 5 championships and making 18 All-Star game appearances before hanging up his basketball shoes following the 2016 season. The stunning death of the sweet shooting guard came just hours after he toasted fellow NBA icon and current Laker LeBron James for passing him for third place on the league's all-time scoring list. And the tweet read, "At King James." And what would prove to be his, I'm sorry, he wrote, "King James, much respect." Bryant concluded the message with an emoji of the bicep flexing and the hashtag 33644, 1 point more than he scored in his illustrious career. Kobe Bryant. What do you think, Chris?
It's a very sad situation, and hats off to I'm a Bad Bunny fan. Going into the I didn't start off liking him when he first came out, but he's done a lot of good for the people of Puerto Rico. It's funny because I didn't know that Kobe, and something happened, and that he was in Puerto Rico. And he was actually asking for help in Spanish because he spoke
Kobe?
yeah, he spoke a couple of languages, and I think he spoke Italian, Spanish, and
I know Italian for a fact, yeah.
yeah, and I think he spent a lot of years over there with his parents.
His dad played pro ball. Man.
Yeah, so
Bad Bunny and Kobe.
yeah, so for those who understand Spanish, but the lyrics of this, got Bad Bunny surprised me because he throws a few things there, 6 rings. Listen to the song and understand why the 6 rings. And he spoke about the number 13 and all those things. You are gonna, everything makes sense in the song. And I found it great because Kobe has only 5 rings.
Yeah, no. He said the 6th ring is for his marriage to, I guess, fixing his relationship with his marriage. And actually, he had a line there, a snippet where he said, your daughter had to go with you, so you had somebody to play ball with in heaven. Yeah, some deep stuff there. I mean, it was well thought out, short time, but respect to Bad Bunny.
Yes.
That's just to show you how far the reach was for Kobe Bryant, because Bad Bunny's straight from the islands, but Bryant was influential all over the world.
He was. It was to me, it's to me it's not about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like you said earlier, just the simple fact, and then the reason why he was doing he decided to do helicopters for quite some time. It hits you home because he was just trying, while he was still active in the league, he was just trying. He wanted to go pick up his girl.
Yeah, exactly.
And spend time because he spent half of the season he's in the road. So it's definitely sad and tragic.
And I'm sorry, you bring us to that point that some of the information that came out after the initial reports that particular day there was grounding of all the flights for helicopters, and I don't know if planes, just for helicopters, because the fog conditions were too bad, you couldn't see. And apparently over by Calabasas, it's a mountain region, so with the fogs being there, you really couldn't get a good clear visibility of where you're traveling. And another thing that came out was that the pilot they had was a very experienced pilot, because he's actually a training pilot. He trains other pilots on how to fly, and it seems like he was trying to communicate with the tower that he needed like a beam or a light. I forget the exact name, but it's like a light that pierces the fog where yeah. But however, I don't think they could get it to him because he wasn't flying high enough. And some of the initial investigations said that he was just flying too low. He should have been flying above the fog, and he would have had a clearer sight and could have navigated that way. But again, that's Monday morning quarterbacking.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows what circumstances he was dealing with?
Yeah.
Maybe because supposedly a fire ignited. Maybe the pilot was dealing with that, so he's probably thinking maybe if I stay low, who knows?
Question, something I would like to know, and I hate to sound ignorant. I wonder if the choppers have a black box also, like the planes do. I wonder if the transmission,
That's a good question.
I wonder if the transmission, if there is transmission conversations or of what went on leading up to the crash. That's one thing I would like to know.
I don't know, but what are your thoughts on choppers? Are you scared of them? I always wanted to do one. That's why I asked.
I am gonna do one, believe it or not.
In the city, they have it over there by the heliport.
And there's along the pier.
Yeah, on the West Side Highway. I think
Yes.
it's like within 6 minutes, you can do the whole entire city.
Oh, really?
That's how quick a chopper. So I can see why Kobe's doing this, because you're in the car. It takes you an hour, where you could do it in a chopper,
And
maybe
15 minutes. Yeah,
People go to Atlantic City. They go to gamble, like high rollers.
Yeah.
They'll pay for the chopper to go to Atlantic City because they can get there in a half hour.
It's funny.
That's how much quicker it is.
I was
But it
gonna
costs some bread.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Atlantic City because I think I was in Atlantic City when I never got on it, but and they do a little 20-minute trip along the shore and stuff like that in Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am gonna do it. I'm interested in doing it. It has to be a nice experience, you know. But yeah, it's like you said. He just wanted to. He figured there was a lot of time wasted
Yeah.
in traffic and when you have it, and like you said, it's Monday morning quarterback, but it's he had an experienced pilot. Sometimes tomorrow's not promised, and God has plans for all of us, and it's just it's tragic.
And you know what happens in these circumstances too. People start to look for who to blame, who was at fault. But I mean, one of the things, and I see people with the narrative going in that direction. Why did the pilot go? He would only go if there's like if the planes are being grounded and there's a notification that goes out. The pilot knows better than to take off. And we read it as Kobe's private helicopter. Was he forced to go up there? You understand? So that's where I think the narrative is probably going to go as the investigate. Right now it's early, so they probably just but why did the guy go though?
No, but that's the thing. Honestly, it's funny because my girl is afraid of flying. She went through a bad experience over 20 years ago, and me, I'm always traveling, or I'm not. You get turbulence, you get stuff, but going on those lines, her oldest daughter went to Santo Domingo one time, to her dad's family's house, and there was I don't remember which hurricane. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and there was a hurricane that was. That one particularly went under Puerto Rico. Normally, if it goes through the south part of Puerto Rico, normally Santo Domingo and Cuba get hit.
Oh, really?
Because the hurricanes they tend to go up all the time. So this is why when they come out of Africa, the hurricanes come out of Africa. That's why the hurricanes, all the hurricanes that affect the Caribbean come from Africa. Then you have the ones that affect Mexico and maybe Cuba, are the ones that start off in the Gulf, in the Gulf of Mexico type, and that's when you see it hits New Orleans, and it hits
comes up the south.
It comes up the south. But normally, and I'm gonna tie it up in a minute. When they say, oh, there's a storm forming in Africa, they just normally it's not only 1, 4 or 5 form. And if you see if they're parallel, I have no worry, because I know before they reach they're gonna go up. But if they start low, those are the dangerous ones. So going back to that particular one, my girl, she's nervous because her daughter is supposed to fly that day. So I'm telling her, babe, let me explain something to you. If there's the least amount of danger, or they won't take a chance.
Yeah, they don't.
They'll ground it. And so what they have done is they suspended all the flights after her flight.
Oh shit.
So my girls,
You know, they also have more technology to know exactly where it's at,
oh,
when it's gonna hit.
110%, and
Yeah.
110%, and that's why I'm trying to um uh, trying to tie
Time to-
into the what you're talking about. So so they go okay, and so I'm telling her, don't get me wrong, you know, they're not gonna take off if there's any chance of any type of danger affecting the weather affecting the plane. Um, they'll only do it if they know, and they know they have all this technology and stuff. So I don't know if that calmed it down. I doubt it if it did, because at the end of the day, it's your kid, it's your daughter, it's your son that's traveling.
But you know, in a circumstance though like that, when you have celebrities and you know, it can be tough. It can be tough if you're in that
That's
position.
that's where I go.
But he's not a rookie. But the guy's not a rookie pilot.
I
Though.
don't think it matters, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. If
Overconfidence, maybe.
I just think that maybe they grounded because this is another thing also. They could ground certain certain aircrafts and everything will be good precautionary with other aircrafts. There's they're grounded till 10 a.m. So at 10:01 you're good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. I don't think that anybody in that situation would put uh, their loved ones or anybody's life in danger. I don't think so.
I would hope to. I would hope to think that. But again, the reason why I alluded to him being experienced is because he's probably been doing this so long. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. We're good. We're good. We can do it. And you understand? It could be one of those situations. And you know, Kobe traveling with this probably pilot on various occasions. Like, this guy's good. You know.
That could be. I guess that could be.
I hope that wasn't the case, but you know.
I just think that maybe you know what it is. Also, once again, it's things that it's so many. This is why first of all, again to a minute, we gotta be careful what we put out there. First of all, the TMZ. His
Yeah, you
family
heard about
found out through the news. You understand what I'm saying? You know how horrible that is?
That is horrible. And the thing with that is this: how do you regulate that? You know, that's tough because
Is
I don't know.
freedom of speech or no? Does that?
You're reporting facts, and it's hard for the person that's going to break the story because if you have this information, you know that's how you're made by breaking big stories. I think the rule of thumb though is that the police department was upset with TMZ more because the police protocol is that they call the family and they go through that process to notify them first before the public knows. But we live in an age now where everything's instant in terms of information. So it's if you see people, they always want to be the first one. So TMZ kind of falls into that. But I wonder if there's going to be any ramifications from that because it's an insensitive way to do it.
That's why I ask you also, but see, and that's the thing. That's why I ask you if does that fall under the speech freedom of speech thing or right or but it's just it's horrible because you know in this and this is what I'm talking about, man. In this era, which everything has we've talked about it in previous podcasts about people being oversensitive or people see all this plays a factor. You need to you need to know, you need to calibrate and understand what you're making a big thing or nothing, or no, wait a minute, the right thing is to we don't know how it's going to affect the family or whatever. I found out that once again, I don't know how true this is, but I found out that the oldest daughter has they had to take her to the hospital because she had asthma, and because I've heard, once again, I haven't looked this up, that there's a asthma could be triggered emotionally also.
Yeah.
So she had a big thing, and they had to take her to the hospital when she found out that her dad had passed away.
Yeah, which is understandable. And her sister too, you know.
Yeah.
And imagine the wife. It's hard losing a husband, but you lose a daughter on top of that. It's tough.
Yeah.
And they just had a newborn not too long ago.
June.
Yeah.
June. And they got a little 2-year-old too. They have a 2-year-old. He has 4 daughters. So, and that's what I'm saying regarding that. Also, what could have happened is, and this is what I'm talking about people have to be careful. What if they cleared them to leave, from where they were at,
Of
and
course.
something happened in between. Mother Nature is Mother Nature. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but from the initial reports, it seems like there was something that occurred with the helicopter itself. They,
there you go.
You had a fire, but again, that could have been, maybe that's the thing that kind of hurt the pilot. Maybe he would have made it through under normal circumstances that he would have been able to navigate through. Nobody knows. We just we leave it to the professionals to try to do their investigation to find out. I know there's a bogus video. Where is it on? Facebook or somebody?
I've seen
where,
it all
where you
over.
see a helicopter spinning
Yeah,
out. Of,
that's
I-
not.
From my understanding, that is not the helicopter Kobe Bryant was in.
No.
So you touched on something earlier. Kobe Bryant, being a Knicks fan, I couldn't stand him early on. However, I knew he was special because the guy was amazing on what he could do. I could fly and all this stuff. But what I got from him from an early age was the arrogance.
Yeah,
That just drove me crazy because I said, I just finished dealing with fucking Jordan.
Yeah.
Now you're going to come in the league and give me this shit? And he was tortured on next. And then what Kobe says, oh, this is like my second home. I hate when guys say that in the garden. I used to hate it.
This is a mecca.
This is a mecca,
When you're dropping 60.
Yeah, which, brings me back to early Knick days. Do you remember Chris Childs when he punched Kobe Bryant in the face? I was so happy.
Yeah, and I remember somebody said, you gotta be careful because there's certain players out there that don't play, and it's funny because I had these discussions. I believe the NBA is full of fake tough guys.
Oh no,
Full of them. But there's certain people. You want me to tell you something, and you might disagree with me.
What's that?
I think Ron Artest is a fake tough guy. He has issues.
Oh, that whole thing with Ben Wallace. If you look at the recap,
That's what I'm saying.
he went around
Hey,
But listen, do you see Ben?
Look,
You see Ben?
yeah, but you see, when you're tough, it doesn't matter how. I know Ben. But when you're tough, you want me another fake tough guy? Kevin Garnett.
Oh, Kevin Garnett's a sucker.
Kevin Garnett.
Who? Well, I wouldn't even say the whole thing with Melo, because if Melo wanted to hit him, Melo should have hit him on the court.
No, but Melo's smart.
No.
Melo,
But
certified tough guy.
No, I wouldn't say that.
With Melo,
I seen him do. You don't remember when the Knicks were playing Denver, and I forgot who it was. It was
it
somebody.
was like a sucker punch or something.
Yeah, Melo threw a sucker punch, and then he run, and then he's trotting backwards. He doesn't stay there. He's trotting backwards. I said, come on, no.
I don't know.
I'm from that era where Barkley and those guys, or Rick Mahorn, it's on. You knew it was on.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy that used to? Charles Oakley.
Oh no, Oakley.
No, Oakley was like.
Oakley's on the top of the thing.
I seen one time. So Barkley was trying to be slick. They were in the game as the Knicks. I think Charles Barkley might have been in Phoenix, or it was in Phoenix. So there was a little play with him and Oakley, a little like mix up.
Yeah.
So the ref turns his face, so Barkley thinks this is a good time. I'm gonna get Oakley mad. So he mushes Oakley. Boy, why did he do that? Oakley went after him to go kill him, man. He's like, I don't play those games. I don't give Barkley props, but he knew he was gonna get Oakley mad.
Barkley's a tough guy too. Don't get me wrong, but Oakley is on the top of the. If you ask me, Oakley's on the top of the list of tough guys.
They said Oakley was shaking people down.
Really?
What's the guy from Philly? Otis.
Otis Thorpe?
Is it? No, it's not Otis Thorpe. It was Anderson. Otis. Is it Otis? He was a good scorer back in the days. So they had a card game, and
Oh, that's not shaking it down. You lose to me.
No. It wasn't that day though. So they had a card game, and the guy didn't pay. I think he had to go. Yo, in the players' union meeting, they're all there. And then Oakley comes in, he sees him right in front of the meeting. I mean, this is a meeting.
No.
He goes and he shakes down. He goes, yo, where the fuck is my money? He said, give me my money before I smack the shit out of you. The guy had to go get his money.
See, but that's not.
Yo, but we're in a meeting, though.
That's shaking down.
That's shaking down.
No, it's not. You and me,
Chris,
money, Lou.
we're all millionaires. I know back then it was
It's not
different.
about the money. It's about the principle. Yeah, and I found somebody just the other fake, to keep on the thread of the fake tough guy. And you have a lot in this era. You have a lot of them. So I saw one time that young Ben Simmons, got into a little scuffle with Lowry, the guy from Toronto. what's his
Kyle
first name? Kyle
Lowry.
Lowry.
Yeah.
And,
Kyle Lowry's serious.
and
He's from Philly, man.
there you go. So then Ben is like, oh, yeah, and Ben goes, yeah, let's go up in the back. And he goes, oh, okay, bet. And they went. Now, I don't know what happened back there. I don't know if they ever got in contact. But I'm like, but then something else occurred a few games after, or Ben Simmons gets into a little disagreement with one of the Morris twins. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, those boys are crazy.
Yeah. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing he didn't tell the one of the Morris boys to, hey, meet me in the back, you know. So there's a lot of fake players out there, and I believe that you know, sometimes you get checked, and that's what happened to you know, I guess he talked to the wrong person.
So let me. I'm gonna play the gambling NBA fight story with Charles Oakley. So, oh, sorry.
What was the best card game you ever saw?
What is it?
In my life?
Yeah. And who was playing that you could say?
This is Phil Simmons.
MJ's 40th birthday party in DC.
MJ's 40th birthday party. So what was the game?
It was just a good game. We were playing Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
We got snowing in for 2 days in DC. I had to cook for like 50 people 2 straight days. And we played cards. You know, Donald Trump was there, Bob Johnson, Jay.
Donald Trump.
I knew you were gonna say that. Trump came to the party. He's the only one left that night. It was about 12 inches of snow. He got out some kind of way. I guess he called Russia. Somebody. But no, Trump was at the party, but he didn't come to the club.
Did Trump play cards?
No.
He was broke then. He didn't have no money.
No, he came.
Yeah, he didn't have.
He's always
He came.
Trump owing Oakley money.
But no, it was great. No, it was a good time. It was like just me, Mike, about Jay-Z was there with a couple of those guys, Warren, just everybody. I mean, like.
So when the high figures start getting thrown around, is it all IOU?
No.
You gotta pay up.
You have to have the cash.
You got to.
I heard that's how Antoine Walker got in trouble.
No, he didn't play with us poker. You got to come in with the cash. I mean,
You have to come in with the cash.
yes. Then you can borrow something after you get broke.
What kind of cash are we talking about?
$500,000.
Like in a bag?
Like a
No, I mean probably all together about.
Oh, okay.
Out of 7 guys.
Okay.
Out of 7 guys.
So everybody's bringing like
40.
75K
Yeah.
Yeah.
in cash, in duffel bags.
I mean, you know, bad. You put in your front pocket, back pocket.
How long
I
does
think
that
he
take at
doesn't
the
wanna-
ATM? Because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
500.
No, they probably go to the bank and
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, it wasn't like the first rodeo. But I'm just saying it's like the Knicks. Like we used to fly to the West Coast, play blackjack. We had some good games too. I mean, it was just like that was what you did back then. You always had the money on you.
How do you play blackjack on a team playing? So somebody's the dealer?
Somebody gets a deal. I mean, it's tough.
Were you the dealer?
A couple times. Chris Child was the dealer. But yeah, some good games.
Chris Childs, beloved by the Knicks fans for punching Kobe.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, you were just talking.
Who was the worst card player you ever saw?
Yeah.
It's hard to say because some guys.
He still wants to play cards with us.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody. Everybody's great.
Everybody's great.
I've enjoyed all my card experiences.
Now, a lot of guys, you know, they just come out, they're like on TV. When you watch poker, you know, they tell this guy, either you got to know the card, like combinations,
Yeah.
you got to get the cards. You don't get good combinations no matter who you is. I mean, you got to fold every time, that ain't good.
Who lost the most?
This is
Did you ever see
Tyrone
that?
Hill.
It's different. Yeah, we play with different guys, so it's hard to
Tyrone
say.
Hill.
Yeah.
No, he never played with us. No,
But he owed you $54,000.
That was another game in Atlanta.
Yeah. What game was that?
We was playing poker, but not. We was shooting dice and playing poker.
For shooting dice.
Oh.
He got broke. I lent him the money,
Yeah.
and then I said, okay, I know Caesar starred. You know, he just signed a deal for $49 million. I signed, and he from Ohio that way.
What are the rules when you lend the money? Is there like
He
a,
from
is there a big
Ohio, that thing.
interest on it, or does he pay it back?
What?
Like if you lend Tyrone Hill $52,000, does he just have to pay you $52?
No.
Or you put like
if a guy
5%?
cool with you, you don't charge now.
Yeah.
When the guy cool now, let's let him go. I mean, now he's taking years and years to pay you is different.
that
So
far.
Tyrone Hill owes you $54,000.
Yeah, it wasn't that much, but interest probably took it there.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
probably started off at 20,
Yeah, with points.
so it ended up 2-1.
And he says, thanks for lending me that money. I'll get it to you next week. And then you never hear from him again.
Yeah.
Start ducking it?
Then the season started. No,
Yeah.
couldn't duck for so long.
Yeah.
Preseason, I see him in Charlotte. We playing in Philly in North Carolina. Layup line, I go up to him. Like, you forgot my number?
Yeah.
You knew he was playing, why you called me?
Yeah.
And
These are the Tyrone Hill lamb chops.
Tyrone.
he said, I'm gonna get it to you. I'm just waiting on my lawyer, you know, my wife is going through that. All right, season started. Don't do it. So we play in Philly. So I go to the game, this and that. Somebody gives me some flowers. You know, fans always send me something to the business locker room. So I looked at the flowers and I got a piece of paper. And I wrote Tyrone Hill name on it. I gave it to the ball boy to take it to the locker room. So he came in, and he seen the flower, he seen my name. They say he went back to his car, went home.
No. Tell you, yo, he was serious.
So, the playoffs, so season on, we play him again. He played sick and coming to New York, so he just kept up during the playoffs. So we got to go to Philly, and so this and that happened. Some kind of way, Larry Brown got what was going on and made him pay me this and that. Then about 7 summers ago, we playing ball in Atlanta at the gym. Me, Jamie Foxx, some other guys there, some of his partners. So we was killing. We had won 2 games in a row. So this is the 3rd game. We was up like 8-4. He called ball. I said, ball? It might touch you. He called ball. He said, I want the ball. So he come up to me. I said, I'm not giving you the ball. I'm like, really? So I threw the ball. I said, don't come no close. So we get into it. He run in the back and get the guy who run the gym. Call the police on me.
What?
Police come. So they put a warrant up on my arrest. And they come to the I was at the hotel. And he said, whatever. I knew one of the cops. He said, well, whatever. So he said, Tyrone.
Yeah, whatever.
We just playing ball. We got into it. He's like, no, he went down police, this and that. So about 2 months later, we got to go to court.
There we go.
They said he brought his girlfriend, I have my lawyer, he got a lawyer. He's like, I'm just tired of these Yankees bullying me, this and that.
What?
And we got to come up with something out of this. We got to make it right. I'm just tired. I said, what is he talking about? I don't have a bully you. I mean, whatever happened, I beat 2 grown men. You 6'9", I'm 6'9". You owe me money, and now I'm bullying you, right? And then the judge came out and said, okay, I'm going to put you can't go 500 feet of him.
Wow.
Or restraining him.
Yeah. I don't know if he still owe me or not.
Wow.
To this day. So I see him in
Let's bring him out right now. Tyrone Hill.
Nah, he put a restraining order on me. Can you believe that?
So that was the 2nd time you'd punched him. I mean, you did punch him 2 different times.
Well,
Because you punched him right before a game, right?
That was the layup line.
The layup.
What?
Yo, Oakley was a beast.
Before the game.
I had to go let him know that I meant business.
Did you punch him though?
And
you like two-handed him.
Yeah, he knew. I went in their layup line. You know how you throw the ball?
You went in their layup line?
Yeah, I went in their layup line. And we rebounded the ball, and he was right there.
The Tyrone Hill lamb chops. Beautiful.
No, it was
They
funny.
look delicious.
It was funny. And then one time we was in Miami going to dinner. MJ, we was in the club together. MJ said, "Oh, please don't bother him, man." I said, "Man, that man got a string order with me. I ain't going nowhere near him. He's closer to him than me." It was just funny though. How you gonna put a string order on me, man? I'm 40 something.
Yeah, that was a little long, but
I
there
know.
was a couple of corrections. It was Tyrone Hill, and it wasn't. I thought for somebody had mentioned that it was at a Union Feeding, but he messed with him a couple of times.
This is you have to be careful when you there's a in Puerto Rican there's a Puerto Rican saying, no hable como el papagayo.
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 See, papagayo, you would think is the father of the rooster. No,
Yeah.
papagayo is that beautiful the parrot. So the
Colorful
parrot.
feathers.
Yeah. So the parrot repeats everything you tell him.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm telling you. No repita como papagayo.
If anybody's a parrot here, you're the parrot.
No, you're the one saying, it was an owner's meeting because you heard it from
Well,
I don't know who-
technically I wasn't wrong. Oakley doesn't do a good job explaining himself. He's like, you know, a lot of shortcuts.
Yeah, because you don't
but
want.
you understand. You understand the smack.
No, I understand. The smack was
No.
clear. I'm just listen. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Don't call me Papagayo. Don't call me Papagayo.
I won't call you
All right,
Papagayo.
Chris, can you see that? I can't see it.
Yeah, it's
It's Jordan's number?
We got four more minutes.
Yeah.
Jordan's number.
4 or 5.
Oh, okay, no.
You're not a fan.
No,
Even though it's all
I'm
about
not a fan.
it's all about Kobe today.
I'm not a fan.
Yo, man, there was something I needed to talk to you about. Oh, Sunset has talent.
Yes.
This whole Kobe thing sidetracked me. I had a couple of things in the bag, but I just didn't get a chance to upload them and bring them out. I know you're working on something really
I have
nice,
something very good.
and it's gonna be like it's almost like a mini series.
I believe this is gonna up the ante.
Wow.
You know that guy that you were talking about, the BX? You know he was good? These people and this is what I'm gonna do, Lou. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to their house and record them there because it's a whole
Production.
It's a whole production.
Now, to be fair to our guests, because you know we do snippet videos. That
Yes.
could be a snippet video that we put up.
Yes.
Like a Donnie and Marie type video. What's it, Cher and Sonny?
They look like Donnie and Marie.
Yeah. So, I mean, that could be a snippet. But in the meantime, for our next episode, let's see if we could get one of them on, just to give the fans a little taste.
Hey, listen, ain't nothing. I can make a call.
Yo.
You want them here live? Because they're not
No,
too
no,
far
no.
from me.
Wow.
They're not too far from me. I can,
Wow. I don't know if we're ready for in-studio entertainment, though, man.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to. I want to start doing that though.
No, I think in-studio is good. I actually want to bring Big Mike in-studio because I think it's better in-studio.
You know what? We should call Big Mike too. See if
Just have to do a single, all three of them?
Oh no! I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
It'll get crazy, right?
I wouldn't put Mike in. I say because these people. This is what I'm trying to tell you, though.
It'll go to that next level?
These people are that good.
Well, that's what we want. We want talent from
These
Sunset.
people are that good, and the thing is, I'm telling you, I don't wanna spoil it for anybody. But these
don't
people
sell
that
it.
I
Don't-
found,
Don't sell it too much. Don't sell it too much because it might be a disappointment.
it's not gonna be disappointment. They just raised the bar. Just raised the bar. They're gonna raise the bar, man.
With that being said, thank you for joining us today for a somber episode. But you know, we did have to pay respect to one of the greatest to ever do it on the hardwood. As you know, me and Chris, we love basketball. We love to dish out hate, but at the same time, you got to respect that guy. He was a tremendous basketball player, good father. Even though he wasn't perfect, you know, I think
None of us are.
None of us are. But later on in his life, he was striving to become a better person, and we appreciate that. As you notice the banner here, Breeze Shooters Podcast on YouTube. That's where you find us. Go to our channel, like our videos, leave a comment. If you want to hit us up on our email address, it's breezeshooters@yahoo.com. That's where you want to send us an audio file. If you have Sunset Has Talent, please send us there. And guess what? Chris likes to be on Twitter. It's a podcast_breeze at Twitter. And of course on Instagram, breeze_shooters at Instagram. Hit us up at any of these addresses and we'll get back to you. And with that being said,
Yeah.
I'll turn it to Chris.
With all the things that are going on, you know, we take for granted a lot of things that, you know, and I believe and I stress this, that time is one of them. So I tell you this from Buddha.
Woo!
The trouble is you think you have time. It's that simple. We out.
Hold on. You hit that thing yet?
Kobe Bryant, everybody. I want you to stay relentless. The Black Mamba will take us.
I got you.
Okay? You're the man.
A long journey. We're ready to go. Now, I don't want to be a one-man show.
I
have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA.
Welcome to the Kobe Show, Take 2.
And the other forward for the final time, number 24 on the floor.